Good morning. Happy coffee if you like coffee. I thought I would weigh in, maybe try to give my perspective on this stuff I've been watching on social media down in Arizona. And this inspector that's kind of putting these builders on blast. It's a couple things that I think aren't, it doesn't seem like it's out there in the uh, social media sphere in terms of what really goes on in the building trades. That's my background. I come from building homes. Uh, these builders that inspectors put on blast, I don't know if everybody knows this or not, but the builder's not building the house. The builder's the money behind it, and they hire subcontractors to come out and do work. The subcontractors hire workers, leads, seconds, helpers. They bring in material and they pay for it, and then they do the work for the builders. The builders then are required to have a permit for every one of their construction projects, and then they bring in building inspectors that work for the local jurisdiction. Could be a city or a county or something like that. Those building inspectors come out there and they inspect for things that are code oriented. In real life, those builders are going, or those building inspectors are going out there, and they're they're checking out these houses, and they see things um, that are code oriented, and they'll call them out. Fit and finish isn't really their lane, but they can call it out if they want. Uh, the level of finish, it's again still not their place. Following code, yeah. Safety, yeah. Managing the job site and managing the environment, yeah. Um, Managing the safety of the workers that are on the job site, yeah. The builders, for the most part, I think they mean well. They obviously want a good reputation because everybody on social media is out there saying whatever they're saying about them. But I kind of liken it to when I'm talking to my inspectors, um, treat people like family. And what I mean by that is that when we're out there, if the only perspective we're having is that we can come out and put a place on blast and be gotcha, what's going to happen after that when they go away and they talk to their real estate professional? Are they going to go away and have unrealistic expectations on a house? Are they going to go away and be demanding of things that may or may not be something they should demand? I liken it to a car, and no slight to the car dealer or the brand, but let's say it was a Honda Civic. Uh, Honda Civic has a DX, EX, LX, and Touring. Well, why are we making the DX? I mean, does the DX suck? Is the DX a horrible car? I mean, does it not drive anywhere? Is it? I mean, because shouldn't we just make the Touring for everybody? And yeah, maybe we should just sell the Touring to the person on the low end of the spectrum for the low end of the spectrum price. No, the whole point is that the level of finish and possible attention to detail and quality, it goes up. I get it. That doesn't mean that um, we should be expecting people to go out there and do a bad job on building the Honda DX car, but it does mean this: there is a difference, and I think in building it's the same way. I come from a background of building custom multi-million dollar homes. That doesn't make me super cool. It just means that the people that are buying it have a lot of money invested in what they're asking me to build, and the level of finish, the things that I put in there are really nice. And the level that's track built oftentimes is speed driven. These guys come in here and their production. They're crunching these things out, and it doesn't mean we should just dismiss it. I think that the home inspector has a really important role in coming out there and doing an inspection. And I think that that information is really important for them to get not only to the real estate agent and to the client, the information even that this guy's saying, but also that they should give the builder a chance to get the stuff right. Now, I don't think the builder's just sitting out there waiting for somebody to come out and inspect their stuff and put them on blast and then go fix everything, because they know it's more expensive to do it on the back end anyway. But I also think that it's important to take into consideration that after COVID and all the drama that's going on, there's a lot of builders that are struggling to get good trades. And if they don't have a lot of good trades out there and they're not trained, or these trades are so busy that they're not able to train their guys effectively, you're going to have stuff that's messed up. So for me, I think the key to home inspecting is this. One, we should respect one another in the marketplace. We should give the builders the benefit of the doubt, but we should check their work and make sure that they did a good job. On the other side of the equation, we shouldn't give them a free pass, and we shouldn't just say, hey, you guys can go out there and build a crappy house and we're just going to be okay with it. But going out on social media and putting people on blast, anybody, any business, even a restaurant or whoever it is, I don't think that that's always the right thing to do. I think the right thing to do is for us to work in our community together. So I'll tell you the community that I see. I think that there's a homeowner that's involved in this. I think that there's a real estate professional that's involved in this. I think that there's a real estate professional oftentimes on the other side of the equation representing the builder involved in this. I think that there's a builder involved in this. I think that there's trades involved in this. And I think that there's also a realistic expectation that we as home inspectors should put out there. We're working with dimensional material here. This is 2x4s. They don't all come out straight. And we're working with drywall and trying to work with sometimes a little bit twisted walls and challenging situations. And I get it. Sometimes stuff leaks. And the last thing that a builder wants on their plat is a leak in one of their homes. The last thing that they want is something that's going to be a liability driven thing that's going to go through the whole neighborhood and everybody's going to have a, I don't know, what do they call them? Class action lawsuits or something like that. They don't want that. They want to build a good product. Why? Because they want the reputation out there to be something that people respect and want to come buy their product. Going out on social media and us as home inspectors putting people on blast, I don't recommend that. I recommend doing a good quality inspection. I recommend providing a good report. I recommend being practical, pragmatic in your inspection approach. And I recommend letting your real estate professional and your client work it out with the builder once you go away. And putting people on blast and telling them who they are and that they suck, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think it's fair either, because it doesn't allow the other side to explain themselves. And you know what? I think in most cases, builders really, they want to do a good job, and it's not as easy as it seems. So give them a chance. Allow them to make your house a nice house. Allow them a chance to get those things right. And yeah, I'm sure that there's builders out there that suck. And if they do, I get it. We got to hold those guys accountable. But putting those guys on blast on every front and thinking that just their whole entire organization, that's pretty rare, guys. It's pretty rare. In most cases, they want to go out and build a good house. And in most cases, if we, as home inspectors, come out there and do our job, we're going to keep those guys accountable. Even the building department and everybody else involved. Be fair. Be practical. I think that's good. And putting people on blast and not letting them have a chance to defend themselves. Go have a conversation with the builder. Walk their house with them and allow those guys to be able to talk about stuff with you without a camera on. I get it. And then when it comes time for them to improve their processes and do things better, guess what? Go out there as a home inspector and give them a high five, man, and say, hey, good job, man. And when you see some of those trades out there on some of those building developments that you're putting them on blast, why don't you go over there and talk to some of the workers and give them a little insight to some of the things you're looking for. Allow those guys to maybe improve a little bit. Those superintendents out there, I'll bet you they'll welcome your information. All right. I'm just saying.